When I was growing up in the Philippines, my aunt took me and my cousins to this place that seemed so far away. Even though it was still in the Philippines, it actually felt quite foreign. I remember that we stayed in a house where a US Navy officer used to live. I'd never seen a house like that before. It was in this tidy subdivision with tree-lined streets and pretty green lawns. I guess you could say that that was my first encounter with America. Now that I'm an American, many years later, I wanted to go back to this place and check it out. It's a beautiful place, but it's in a weird corner of the Philippines. It's called Subic Bay, and it's not what it used to be. This lush region of the Philippines has seen various waves of dramatic change. Through it all, indigenous people known as Aetas have inhabited the endangered virgin jungles around a volcano called Mount Pinatubo. For most of the 20th century, Subic Bay was also home to two of the largest United States military bases in the world. In 1991, the long-dormant Mount Pinatubo violently erupted. It was the second largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century. I remember the ashes reaching our home in Manila, almost 100 miles away. At that time, there was a new surge of nationalism in the Philippines. This intensifying nationalism, along with the end of the Cold War and the disastrous eruption, led to the closure of the US military bases in 1992. After almost 100 years, America's massive presence had come to a sudden end.
Namiss ko to eh.
Yan ang masarap.
Parang na-perfect mo na eh. Parang ikaw ang reyna ng banana cue.
Oo.
Adidas, aka chicken feet. Kuya, why do you call it Adidas?
Because it's chicken feet.
Not Nike?
No.
Not Puma?
No. Wait! Don't split!
Nosebleed? When do you have a nosebleed?
When I try to speak English.
Yeah, right? Kailan hinuli, kuya? Ngayon? Umaga? Fresh fish.
Very fresh, still breathing.
Anong tinatago mo dyan? Ha? Anong tinatago mo dyan?
Oo. Ganyan, ganyan, nakaganyan.
In the vast archipelago now known as the Philippines, the Aetas were among the earliest known inhabitants. Until now, my encounters with them had been limited to books and TV. They only lived in my imagination.
Takasoy liwanag. Yun is the Facebook. I'm an old man here, meaning big experience. Number one is American. Kasama namin Amerikano. Lalo na yung naging gera, World War II. American help, galing rito. Many food. Free food, hospitalization, clothes. Naging guide ng Amerikano ang mga Aeta.
What kind of guide?
Jungle survival.
The Aetas forged a complicated friendship with the Americans over the decades. During World War II, they proved invaluable allies, helping rescue US pilots shot down by the Japanese. During the Vietnam War, they taught soldiers vital skills for surviving in the jungle, These days, village elder Tata Kasoy performs educational bits for the occasional tourists.
Here in the jungle, this is number one. Important, bolonite, very sharp. Dry bamboo. This is like a toothpick. American people, here, I'm an Aeta guide. Like this, no problem. Oh, because careless. Okay, this bamboo shaving.
Anong sikreto natin ng mga gwapo?
Love. Yeah. Di ba? Okay, the bamboo shaving clean like this. No lighter.
Secret ba niyan, sipon?
Yes, no problem. I'm an old man. You understand, madam?
Yeah.
Long blue and stock.
The eruption of Mount Pinatubo was an unprecedented catastrophe for the Aetas. Listening to them now, it's clear that the departure of the Americans was its own kind of devastation.
Yeah, ngayon wala na sila. Sino na? Yung gobyerno?
Pilipino, huwag kaming pabayaan ng gobyerno. Kasi sabi rin ng huwag yung pabayaan yan. Ang lupain na ito ay para sa new generation.
Nagtatago?
Nagtatago kami, anak ko. Ito po, nilalagay po sa apoy.
For headache.
Tawag sa amin ay kalibot-bot. Nung maliliit kami, pinaka-cutics namin.
Ginagamit pa ba ninyo yun o Tagalog na yung salita niyo?
Mahirap iwala yung sarili ka. Pawalaan ka. Kasi yung mga katulad mo, anak ko, yung hindi na talaga kulot, mga mistiso, no?
Mga mistiso na.
Mistiso. And lang with Aeta, lotok. Kung mahigpit ang ubo, pwede mo siyang nguyain.
Oo. Patry nga niyan. I-test natin yan. Nangatain lang.
Ay, mabango ah.
Ay!
May mata. Saan mo nalalaman yung mga yan?
Aking lula, gumagamot. Nung namatay ang lula ko, sa nanay ko naman sinawin. Nung namatay ang nanay ko, sa aking sinawin. Ang kaalaman namin sa kabundukan, ayaw namin gusto mawalay. Kaya tinuturuan namin ngayon ang mga bagong sibol.
I grew up indoctrinated to widespread racism toward the Aetas. Their curly hair, short stature, and dark skin were regularly ridiculed. Just the mention of an Aeta would get a laugh, and I was laughing along until the joke was on me. My playmates teased me because of my darker skin, calling me Aeta. It was just a tiny hint of the dehumanization and persecution that the Aetas have been experiencing for a very long time.
Kami talaga ang unang tunay na Pilipino. Kahit na ika-negrita kami, marami kaming kaalaman. At saka huwag kami sanang hamakin ng mga kapilipino natin. Iisa ang lahi at iisa ang dugo. Ang nagkaiba buhok lang.
Maganda kaya yung buhok mo, te.
Sa may makakain, sa walang pira at sa mayroon nagtitiis kami.
Yung unang pagkakataon nyo na na-meet nyo yung mga Amerikano, anong pakiramdam?
Masarap! Kasi yung anak ko sa ngayon na bagong panganak, kung hindi American, patay na. Mga doktor ng mga American, umiiyak na ako. Kami mag-asawa, ala na, patay na. Anong sabi ng mga friend natin na American, huwag kang iiyak. Tinatapik-tapik ko.
Eh, paano ngayon wala na yung mga Amerikano dito?
Nagpaubos na nga eh. Bawat pa-doktor sa labas patay. Yung anak ko, lalaki anak ko. Katulong ko sa hanap buhay. Hanggang ngayon, andito pa rin ang anak ko.
May namatay kang anak.
Oo. Matandang binata.
Sorry,
Iiyak ko.
ate. Kailan to?
Maglilimang buwan pa lang.
Bago pala.
Oo. Kaya ako, naaanuan isip ko. Kaya ko, nakikita ko yung mga American, masaya ako. Pero kung American lamang, nabuhay ang anak kong lalaki.
Anong idea mo tungkol sa Amerika?
Yun nga. Nung andito sila, sikat kami. Kaya napabait sila at napabait kami sa kanila. Basta nakakakita ako ng katulad nila, maligaya na ako. Para silang andito sa Pilipinas. Andito sila. Para silang andito.
Gusto mo ba pumunta sa Amerika? At mawalay sa gubat? Ha? Ha?
Ayaw.
Ayaw mo?
Mahal ko ang kabundok. Ang sinabi ng mga American sa amin, mahalin ninyo ang pinanggalingan namin. Dito po ako sinilang at dito na ako lumaki. Nagpamilya ako at nagpamilya na rin ng aking anak. Tatanda na lamang ako, wala akong alam sa bayan.
I'm having a little moment here with my 3-in-1 instant coffee, which is very popular here in the Philippines. It's 5 a.m. here at Ate Bernie's Palamigan in Subic, Zambales. I just came from the red light district in Barretto. There used to be a lot more girly bars there when the U.S. naval base was here. Women would come from faraway places, even from Manila, just to work these jobs.
I ventured down the main drag of Barrio Barretto to explore what was left of the scene. Only one place was still open, and it was the hot zone. The American owner welcomed us into his creepy purgatory of 80s kink, military kitsch, and of course, pythons.
Like a dog, you fuck with them, they're gonna bite you.
Though some of the women seemed to be at ease, the harsh reality of their situation felt all too familiar and glaring. Then, this happened.
All present, sir!
Ready? Precinct. Order. As you were.
As unsettling as it was, I know that Barrio Barretto showed me just a glimpse of the dark underbelly that defined such places for decades and continues to make disturbing headlines even now. Nevertheless, when I spoke with a young woman who had just finished her shift at a bar called Crazy Horse, I was left with a faint spark of hope.
You grew up here in Subic. So what was it like when the Americans were here?
All the bars are full, foreigners all around. Very busy.
What made you decide to work here in Barretto?
I am sending my brothers and sister at school and I'm studying as well. So,
What are you studying?
wala talaga maalaan yun. Nahiya ako.
Curious na.
Education.
Do you want to go to America?
I think America is a great place, but they said it's really hard to go there. I've met some Americans who wants to take me there, but maybe I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready because
Because you know that I'm still supporting my family and I have my son here, so I can.
when you're ready, you would wanna go to America.
Yes. I wish I can be a teacher there someday.